Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I feel pretty good this morning, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, my energy is pretty high. Just got up on the right side of the bed, praying for the right things, asking the Lord to help me with all the different things that I could think of in regards to my conditioning, my decision making. Trying to turn to Him before turning on the camera, and just trying to protect my energy. Right now I'm headed to Target, of course, to go pick up everything that needs to be picked up for the upcoming week. Little stuff that you always see me purchase, I'm going to be purchasing today. My body has responded well to the potato salad that I've been getting as of late. I haven't had any of those issues I was having the first couple of weeks here with all the other foods, so that's something I hadn't been able to update y'all on. My body's reacting well to potato salad, even though there is some egg in it. I think the potato itself offsets it, so very happy about that. And I woke up. It's funny because I woke up and saw something online after saying my prayers and this and that. It was like a horoscope thing, but it had like 3 different horoscopes attached to it. Mine is a Leo, and I think it said like Aries and Sagittarius. And that took me down a rabbit hole because I was realizing it dawned on me that Karen is a Sagittarius. My friend Kay, and so it's like, oh, okay. So I looked up a bunch of stuff, and I realized that a lot of that stuff did coincide, not everything, but I say about 75% of what I was reading kind of lined up. Just looked up Sagittarius online, different perspectives and various different things people say aligns with the horoscopes, and I'm finding some real similarities to myself and what was said, how I perceive her and what was said. So some of that stuff just kind of makes sense. And I'm not one to really just big on all of that. I'm really not. But when you seek similarities and characteristics that they say are synonymous with those things, and they go along with what it is you're seeing, you can't help but give it some credence that maybe you didn't before. And so, that was helpful in a way. It just kind of got me off on the right foot, kind of helped me understand some things that maybe might be aligned in that way. I prayed about that too. And then, not only that, but in reading that, one of the things that it said that Leos love is recognition. And you guys know I'm not looking for likes and appreciation in that way. I'm really not. But that don't mean that my body does and my mind doesn't appreciate it greatly when I receive it. And so that was kind of eye-opening as well. It's Leos tend to want the attention, and we hate not being loved. We hate not feeling like the love we're putting out is reciprocated. And the Sagittarius tend to have issues with consistency in those situations. They tend to be looking to travel. They want to look for new things, and they often also need space. And it's like, this stuff coincides with these behaviors that both me and her share. And then from there, seeing how much support I've been getting for the comments that I've been leaving on Instagram as of late. Over the last couple of days, I'm on fire. When I say I'm on fire, this one comment that I made today on, I forgot the name of it, something black. I forget the name of the Instagram link. I wish I would have remembered it. But it got like 1,007 likes in like 2 hours. I don't really go that viral very often, but essentially what I was saying was on a post about a young lady, Miss West, man, Kanye's daughter. She essentially was sitting next to her mom, Kim, saying, yo, I have dyslexia, very comfortable about it. And my thing, and then her mom was like, you spilling all the beans, let me get you off of here, you telling everybody everything. And the post said something along the lines of, should she be telling everybody this? And my point of view was this: that young lady is uber talented, just like her father, and she's open about her mental health, just like her father. Let's normalize being honest, and that's all I put. And it got 1,007 likes and counting. And then I looked on my on the things that I put on my stories, and it got like 3 times the likes looks that it's ever gotten. Like, how I tell y'all I post my art, and I'll post my playlist and stuff like that. The playlist art that I woke up this morning and saw I had like 80 something looks views on it. I ain't never had that many views on anything that I've done on Instagram. The most I've ever seen was like 40 something. It doubled. And when I looked at who was looking at it, a lot of people on the Palestinian side of the game, a lot of Palestinian supporters and people like that who've seen different comments that I've made in support of what they're talking about. They're checking out what I'm doing. So shout out to all my Palestinian friends. You know I'm gonna continue to use my voice for the betterment of the ending of your suffering, man. And all brown people, all black people, all people of disenfranchised backgrounds, poor people. I care about you in a different way now that the Lord has allowed me the privilege of being in your shoes to some slight degree with these circumstances I'm in, which are not a blessing, but definitely give me an understanding that the blessing can come from being relatable to these people in my own way. Not necessarily suffering like maybe they are, but can love enough from within a poverty-like position to say, yo, I'm going through something. I know they're going through something much worse, and I care more about what they're going through because of what it is I'm going through. And so that's my point of view, man. So I shout out to everybody. I know the music's probably not y'all style of music. I hope you like the art at the very least. But and then I looked on some of the posts that I've made in regards to that particular thing, different comments that I've left on various posts about just the suffering I'm seeing and how I don't appreciate what my country's doing. And it's getting an average of like 400, 500 likes each one of these posts. And it's like, yo, whether I'm really aware of it or not, while I'm going through what I'm going through, the awareness of my brand and my name and my face is growing in ways that it never did when I was doing well. I'm just going to tell y'all the God's honest truth. While I was over in Lenox doing all that I was doing, I wasn't getting half of the attention that I'm getting now, especially on Instagram. And while I don't chase that type of energy, it does feel good when people are recognizing the truth that I'm trying to tell, not just the artistry, but the ideals of caring about people and breaking down whatever keeps us together, if it means co-signing that type of suffering. I don't want to benefit from the suffering of people who are far away, even though there are many people in my country who may not see those people as people. I want to normalize looking at every one of those individuals as meaningful and contributing human beings that deserve to be given every opportunity that I'm asking for myself. I don't think that people are discardable just because I'm from a world where it's okay to discard people. I don't care for thinking like that. I don't think that way. I don't feel that way, and I don't stand for those ideals. Now, if I benefit from the peace of my surroundings coming because of the actions of that behavior, then I do thank the Lord for what makes me peaceful. But I do want to find peace just like this in those places. As I'm walking down the street, peace and quiet, going to my target, I think that every Palestinian child, every Israeli child, every Congolese child, everywhere in the world, Chinese child, should be able to be as safe as I feel in this moment. Regardless if my safety is a facade or not, I want them to feel that safety because they deserve the same rights and choices that I'm afforded. Not because I'm an American citizen and was lucky enough to be born here, but because we're all under God. And I could have very easily been born there. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord gave me the blessing of being here. What do I do with that blessing? By asking the Lord and asking all of us to fight tooth and nail from within our privileged positions to assure that the culture of treating those individuals as if they're less than us is over with. You know, I listen to my brother Shaka Zulu, as frustrated as he is, as bitter as he appears to be. Shaka Bars, if you want to know, look him up on Instagram, Shaka Bars. He's trying to raise awareness for what's going on in Congo. What's going on in Congo needs every bit of the attention that everything we're giving these circumstances deserve. Those kids are children, man. They're not dolls, they're not roaches, they're none of that. They deserve the same opportunities and rights and freedoms of peace or whatever comes with this life that everybody else gets. And just because we're not paying attention to what's going on to them, with them, because we're nestled in a culture where we get to stand on their backs so that we can hold our devices. We get to stand on their backs so that we get the money to fund our big old wars and fund our big army that can protect us. It does not mean that they don't deserve that same protection and that the foundation from which that should be built, should now be dreamt upon, dreamt about by people like ourselves who are in this position of power. I want to see change in the Congo. If not in my lifetime, then in the lifetime of my children and grandchildren, so that they can have the same safety and the same rights and the same opportunities at good food and healthy everything. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like thinking that I'm in a space where we can look at them and say they deserve whatever we give them. You know what I mean? I was listening to Gilbert Arenas' podcast today. They were talking about and they were joking about it. It wasn't like they were thinking about this too seriously, but of course where my head is, I immediately did. And the first thing we consider in regards to people in third world countries is sending them stuff that isn't relevant at all. Miami 2023 Miami Heat championship jerseys, and we know damn well the Miami Heat didn't win no championship. But anytime we get stuff like that, 2023 New York Liberty championship shirts, damn well the Aces won. Those are the places that we're sending those shirts. It's like, nah, they don't deserve that. What they actually deserve is the same blessed opportunities, that the same relevant whatever the hell we benefit from coming their way, or something even better if they can manifest it from within their circumstances. They deserve sound government that they vote upon, that they elect from within their groups of people who are geniuses and their groups of people who happen to be leaders. They need to be able to manifest that from positions of healthy childhood, and children need to be seen as children. And that is what's on my mind, man. We're starting to have a humanity for Palestinian people. Can we spread that out to where other things are happening? Because believe it or not, there are worse things happening in places that we are not paying attention to. And as soon as my Palestinian brothers get on their feet, I want to see them turn their attention to those who are not on their feet. Just like me, from a position from which I was a slave, wasn't on my feet. And over the generations where things were put together so that I could have some standing in my own life, now I'm dreaming of others, people getting an opportunity to have that same thing. It may take 300 years, although it shouldn't, with the advent of the internet and with the ability to go to all these damn planets that we can fly all over to. It shouldn't take that long to get people there what they need. But we need to start dreaming of that, man. Not only do I want to see my Palestinian people get on their feet, but I want to see them turn from within their position from which is coming, for which we want to work toward, to then when they get on their feet, remember what happened to them and don't let it happen to nobody else. We're a long way away from them being on their feet, obviously, and nor do we want to skip steps in regards to viewing them from a position of peace. It ain't gonna take 5 years for them to be able to, they still at war. It's still horrible. It's still hell right now for them, but they're gonna get out of this position. The Lord will answer their prayers. It just takes some time, and that time is unfortunate. But just like my ancestors who went through slavery, they got their freedom. And now, as a descendant of both the ancestor and of both the slave and the slave owner, from which I am, and the Native American, from which I am, I'm praying for the peace of those who have a long way to go, man, before they get what it is that I'm privileged to appreciate. So that's really what the ideal is, man. Not just to sit here and say, American dream, let me get my money and that's it. Hell no. How can we put others in a position to where they get their money and have their representation aligned with what it is that they want representing themselves? How can we find goodness within ourselves to let people rule their own land? And a lot of times we don't want to give people their freedom because we're afraid they're going to be more evil if with their freedom. But what's the evil are we doing? It's not like we're sitting up here being the pillars of purity. If they want to govern themselves in a different way to where they have different ideals about how their women should dress and all of that, I am not in a position from within my privilege to tell them that they shouldn't think that way when I don't necessarily know what they're guarding against. Well, I'm not from where they're from. I don't have the ancestors that they have. Let them govern themselves and let them figure it out. That's what keeps people from letting people of power letting other people have their freedom, because they're afraid they're going to govern themselves a certain way that they can't get with. It's not your call. Let them figure it out on their own. So that's my point of view, man. We can start dreaming of people getting better, doing better, and having opportunities that may not be available to them right now. just like someone was dreaming of my freedom at some point. And I have it. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching.